Every film begins with a story, but behind every story is a storyteller. Our guest today has worn many hats: director, writer, actor, theatre enthusiast. But at the heart of it all, he remains a keen observer of people and life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome together with me to the sets of the Radio Diaries, Mr. Shekhar Dash. His films have earned acclaim, sparked conversations, and stayed with audiences long after the screen fades to black. From Kale Rakhal and Necklace to Jogajog, Mohulboni Shering, and several memorable works across cinema and television, his storytelling has explored the many shades of human relationships, society, hope, longing, and time itself. Today, on the Radio Diaries, we turn the pages behind the frames, the stories behind the storyteller, and the memories behind the movies and radio. Because sometimes a great show does not always end with the credits. It lingers in the hearts like a smile, a memory, or a sigh. It's so wonderful to have you over to this show, which is called the Radio Diaries. It is a place where we basically come to relax.
Okay, I'm relaxing.
Yes, we relax, we reminisce, we look back, we sit back, enjoy, and try to relive some moments that we possibly have left behind in the past, but they are still so much alive in
Somewhere
us.
is living. Yeah.
Yes. And that's the whole purpose of this show called the Radio Diaries. I'm a radio passionate. I wouldn't call myself a profession, but I have been associated with radio in the last 20 years in different ways. But it's good to have you, who has, of course, had an era of relationship with the radio. Radio itself has been, we're celebrating almost 90 years now. AIR and Akashvani since 1936, and 90 years is a long time. And we've all grown up with radio.
That's right. Yes.
So, what is your first thought that comes to your mind when you hear the term Akashvani or radio?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Radhika, because remembering me after a long, long time. Probably we both remembered each other. And it's nice to see that you have started something innovative. Nice, because particularly radio.
Thank you.
Honestly speaking, we grew up with radio, particularly All India Radio, AIR. And I'm little fortunate because my father had almost addicted to radio.
Right.
And me and my elder sister would live with the sounds of radio and songs of those days. Hemanto Mukhopadhyay, Manna De, Alpuna Bandyopadhyay. And my mom was a very good singer, by the way, but occasionally she would. My sister inherited that. She was also a very good singer. And radio, your personality was like kind of a made by the radio in the sense because Chotoder Ashor, Kalpo Dadur Ashor, the dadus or the grandfather kind of a, where there are the general knowledge and all that is to be discussed, and songs for us. And there is a huge regular magazine called Betar Batta, the kind of news from radio. And not only it was kind of a on radio programs, but many good writings, short stories. And during puja time, they used to, so far I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, there was a puja number also. And we yet didn't forget, despite our best attempt to forget, Birendra Krishna Bhadra during puja.
Of course.
Still, even last time in October, I woke up with Birendra Babu's voice, Bani Kumar's total organization, Pankaj Mallik, so many singers. And in the newspaper, I used to read that, I don't want to mention the name, they're great singers, but in bracket, Betar, the radio singer.
Yes.
Such glamour radio used to carry. I still remember with the first day I stepped into new radio, All India Radio building in Maidan, near High Court. It was like I'm just entering into a temple. That's the kind of image I had. R.D. Burman, S.D. Burman, Shankar Jayakishan, Lakshmikant, Perilal, and Salil Chaudhary, and Shudin Das Gupta, who's my favorite.
Lovely.
Lovely songs, and the melody, variety of melody, So it reminds me of radio, and memories like, memories when transistor came, carrying a Japanese transistor was a glamour. Come on. My friend used to come to me that his brother was in Marine and brought a Japanese transistor. Beautiful look, believe me. Would come to me, look, my brother has given it to me. Would play chase and the radio would be there, Such a glamorous kind of a position.
Of course.
During those days, really. And it taught me one thing, I can assure you that nothing would have given me my sense of sound, sense of music. I still carry. When I work with my sound people and my sound artist, co-artist, or maybe music director, I can guide them. I can tell them, yes, this is I want.
So this is something that radio gave you?
Of course, because those things are there. I'll tell you some story. It was sometime long back, sometime in the 80s or maybe late 70s, I don't remember. Chitrabani, it's a organization where film is taught there.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, Father Ubesh once told me that there will be one of 45 days workshop to be taken by American Broadcasting Center and British Broadcasting Center. It's on sound. I said, Father, what is that sound about? What do you know? So our work was that during this 45 days, 1 month, whatever we have learned, we have to produce it, a shape to it as a final program of 20 minutes.
Through the depiction of sounds, I mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever I felt like. Thank you for reminding me that, because it's flattering really, because I stood first and my program was outstanding. Written on a set of
Dada, you've had this, I don't know, it's a magical thing with you. You touch things and awards are yours. Movie, theater, music, whatever is there, you somehow weave things into perfection.
And now I'll tell you how nervous I was in the beginning.
Okay.
Because I saw my friends were very well exposed to the Western music.
Mm-hmm.
I was also, but more onto Western classical, like Beethoven, Schubert, like that. So I thought, what to do, man? They started working on Bob Dylan, on many others, Clifford and Eric Clapton, the uniqueness of that music. So I decided, why not do something on... See, I was only 22, 23-year-old. I thought, why shouldn't I do something on Hrithik Ghatak's documentary on Hrithik Ghatak? Just came to my mind, I said, what to do? I had a broken tape recorder. Occasionally it used to stop. So my niece, my sister, my uncle's daughter, she was a singer. I said, bring your tanpura. The whole strings were just torn, loose. I said, just go through it. Some sounds are coming, that's all. And then I said, asked my Ma, do you have Shankho? So I wrote about Hrithik Ghatak's obsession with Rabindra Sangeet, folk Sangeet. I wrote about it. And some Debobruta Biswas, as he sang Akash Bora Surya Tara, I narrated it. and I narrated his death. And the final sound was sound of Shankho and Tanpura, which was not totally untuned, not tuned. And some kind of, I asked my sister to go for Sarega or something. Whatever raw you have, I punched those in a room. And finally the Shankho starts sounding. My mother did it. And when finally the program was made, in 20 minutes, everybody stood up. Still my, goosebump is there. And I didn't expect anything, believe me, honestly, that it would work like that. And the gentleman was presenting American Broadcasting Center. He also said, look, this is sound, which has an impact. Unless you create an impact, you are not a sound man. That's it. That's why I'm still very much, for professional reason, I watch about 100, 150 films every year, selecting it for the festival. And I consider that you can make the change in the days of television by sound, music, and visuals.
Here, I would like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like dead air on radio. Vivishika, we are scared. Oh my God, dead air, there's no sound, it's silence.
Mm-hmm.
Silence, on the other hand, when it's there in a movie, it means so much.
Yes.
It can mean so many things.
Yes.
On the one hand, in one medium, it is like totally a fallout, and in the other, it could, maybe give birth to so many things.
Silence is also a music. One has to understand how, why. Because we live surrounded by noise. And this noise also is very jazzy sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
If one wants to organize the raw sound, one can create some kind of music out of it. Possible, if the genius works. And like I occasionally, even in this film, I used in some places silence, only dialogues happen. You know what happened? Like nowadays, if you have seen Oppenheimer, the last film, you'll find not a single moment the soundtrack is silent. No. This is controlled by Hollywood.
Right.
Remember that. Hollywood wants to kind of control your emotion, play with your emotion, which music can. Cinema is visual. Like, I learned my radio further on a matured age from the BBC man Jayanta Chaudhary, famous man. He runs BBC. He returned. He returned to Calcutta and joined Radio Veritas Manila as head. And I was offered a job in Manila for 3 years. I didn't know that I could take leave without pay and go to Manila. Manila to Tokyo, They were Radio Veritas were opening their radio. And Jayantuda is to show gestures, The moment they are not interested, this switch will be off. There's a challenge of radio.
True.
Shekhar, you have written a play, but what director thinks about it? As a writer, you have to discuss with him. Since I had my radio experience, I loved radio, I used to discuss with him a lot. Really. And I'd go enter into the sound room, how things are going. And honestly, I feel that I couldn't do that much really. Had I been given that opportunity, or I could create that opportunity to do much work, like for instance, in my first film, we have seen on the tribal life.
Yes.
Sound is so different.
True.
And then I did in a Rajbari, kingly place in Krantikal, where you sang Ananda Loke Mangala. The piano is the only thing.
Right.
And the whole music was designed by Chirodip and now Indradeep. And we discussed it about that this would be the place where you put Western music, in their house, etc. But then Kali Rakhal again in the village on Bohurupi.
Yes.
Okay, so our idea is to get not to use so-called synthesizer keyboard, bring all the instrument we have in the village area.
Yes.
So all were collected. We created all the music.
Kolonkini Radha, I sung it.
Kolonkini Radha.
I
That's
sang,
why.
yeah.
Oro Radha. Yes. I wrote so many songs. I never wrote songs. Inspired by.
But Dada, you've been like with theatre for so long, with films, and you had a wonderful voice. You are a brilliant orator. You are a great storyteller. I mean, people just sit and listen to you. Don't you think that you should have given radios something? I mean, radio missed you.
Yeah, I tried. Not that, but I was not encouraged that much. That happened to my acting career also. Primarily, when I thought I would discontinue acting, one or two friends, they thought I am a great actor. They only want me, But how do I run myself, my parents, my family, unless I do regularly? Then I had ambition, honestly speaking. I'm confessing it to you. I knew that, but who loses it? Like if you don't sing, who's the loser?
Myself.
Industry is loser. No, industry is the loser.
Okay.
We are missing your voice. We are missing your contribution. I had that ego. Let me tell you honestly. I thought I am a good actor. I know how to manipulate emotion, manipulate my voice. If you don't utilize me, that's my ego. Had you utilized me, you'd have done better. That's
so radio also possibly has missed you big time.
Not necessarily, because I'll tell you something. Radio had collected wonderful voices. Nirmal Kumar, he was famous for voice. Shommu Mitra, Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay, Big Boss, our Jagannath Da, my God, Jagannath Da, Urmimala Di, they are fabulous. They modernized radio, how to go about you, and we're so lucky, Partho Babu, Partho Ghosh, he was my teacher, as a matter of fact. Yes, he was my teacher. Usually when I used to stay in Dam, our house is very close. He was my teacher also in the school. And we used to call Partho Da. So great people were there. I was nobody. I thought I might as well do something in radio. And the opportunity was given to me to leave country and join in Manila, then to Tokyo, for the Bengali program.
What would you have preferred? I mean, poetry,
acting.
In radio, I would say.
Yeah, I watched them. I watched in radio, All India Radio, how they go back, how they go forward.
Tell us a little about that.
Yeah,
I have no clue about that.
Yeah, continuing there are different types of microphones, unidimensional. There are which catches other voices also. So from the outside, from the glass, you can see that the actors, how they are slowly going back. Technique. Nowadays you can control. During those days you cannot. Like today, when you listen to Shommu Babu reciting Madhubangshir Goli, the great Jyotirendra Moitra poetry, right? And maybe he's interviewed by some interviewer, fantastic voice. How beautiful his voice was. And I still remember there was a radio version of Nepha Sundari Nepha. One novel written on the Arunachal, the entire forest. My God, there was Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay, there was Rudraprasad Sengupta, and we used to idolize Rudraprasad Sengupta because of his style, his voice, And these things were nothing but radio. Radio taught you how to make your voice attractive.
Yes, I wanted to ask you again. I mean, it's just coming so beautifully. Like when you're behind the camera, you've done so many films, Rupadi.
Mm.
She has a phenomenal voice.
Yes.
So sometimes when she's acting, do you even close your eyes to even understand her voice, or how do you perceive it? It's always the picture, or even sometimes just the modulation of the voice, which can completely tell a different story on screen.
Yeah, I know Rupa's voice. So when I'm writing my script, I can hear my favorite actor's voice.
Wow.
Rupa has a very good bass
Yes,
voice.
absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Now I know that in Mohul Bonishering, she had to give not one voice, but two voices, because there are two characters. One is very young Rupa, very fast, moving fast, deputy magistrate probably, yes. And so naturally when she was giving order, discussing, talking, I just told her to change the voice. And she has worked so much that she could easily offer me that. Sometimes an actor or actress prefer certain voice throw they prefer. Even the great actors also do that. That people will like it. In my case, it isn't.
Okay.
Like for instance, in Nayan Chapa Din Ratri, Rupa preferred, I offered her another film where she is different. But she preferred to work for a housemaid. I said, how can you do it? Such a sophisticated kind of a figure you have and look you have. 3-4 months she struggled. She changed her voice, her diction, her everything. And that's acting part in front of camera. And think of the next dubbing session. That's the experience works, really. And even Soumitra, that's a senior actor, Soumitra would ask me, Shekhar, Dako, thik ache to, am I okay? As Soumitra, come on, don't play.
So your characters' voices are important, you say.
Very important, because voice plays, believe me, a very, very important role. And intonations, so-called dictions, ucharon, like I'm from theater. And in Bengali theater, we try to learn, we are taught to learn 3 shaws, Talbot Shaw, Dante Shaw, and Mudhanur Shaw. 3. How can you differentiate 3? Usually in theater, everybody stress on Shaw. That's on Talbot Shaw, right? SH. I'm so conscious about it. Very conscious about it. Soumitra himself confessed when he first acted in Opur Shangshar. His voice was, uni bolten mihi, very thin voice he had. But how he developed his voice. How he developed it. Believe me, when I really listened to Uttam Kumar's voice, how that man evolved his voice. Oh my God. The modulation of Dilip Kumar. In case of the great Amitabh Bachchan, because he has a voice inherited. With that baritone, he manipulates. In case of Dilip Kumar, it isn't. And those who are fortunate like me had been through radio experience for such a long time. Even when I left radio, I was offered a job to go to abroad, which somehow I sent someone else. And he humbly said, Father, I can't, because cinema has taken over. I was eaten by cinema during those days. But while working for cinema, I understood that voice is so important. Voice is important. When you watch a Hollywood film and when Anthony Hopkins talks, or even Al Pacino delivers,
Oh my God.
and how casually Marlon Brando talks, but yet they manipulate their voice.
Oh, yes.
De Niro, even the great Richard Burton, recitative voice they have when they do Shakespeare. They completely do in a different way. But the modern acting for Hollywood was changed by the Russian Stanislavski when he visited in the 20s and 30s in Hollywood. They had no idea that Russia revolutionized theater. And the first modern acting school started in New York.
So, Dada, do you think that radio still holds a very big responsibility and they should have more shows? They should prepare their programs more catered to people who should learn voice art?
Oh,
and
yes. Oh, yes. So radio has a responsibility as theater played the responsibility of tuning your voice.
Absolutely.
As Shombu said, that Shombu Mitra said that if you earn your self-style of voice, when you go when you ride a bus, if you ask, give me a ticket, people will look at you. Your voice is different.
Yes.
You earn a personality. So it's only possible because we are lucky in the sense that even, I forgot, did I tell you? I told you probably that I suddenly, just as one sound, I was sleeping. I just got up. It was Ray's voice, Satyajit Ray's voice. He was just talking about 25th year of Pather Panchali. And that voice, my God, I got up, Even Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay's voice. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Who was your favorite radio star?
I had many, but I loved Rudraprasad Sengupta's voice, yes. It was very refined, and his kind of, every Bangla word, even in English, is very sort of right about it, right. Exact right. And of course, the way, British way, Satyajit Ray, of course, was not in there. Even Jagannath and Urmimala, they were so different. Urmiti is very stylized, I know. Even Parthuda's wife, Maya Ghosh, was he? I remember her name. I've forgotten. Parthu Babu. They were not conscious voice,
Right.
Like Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay also. He has a natural kind of flamboyance or oratory. Whatever he used to do in theater, he would do there. In the radio also. That's Ajitesh. And Nirmal Kumar was champion. Melody. He would just take you out. He was taken to a different world. Because I remember in Nefa Sundari Nefa, he was the narrator of the story.
Wow.
Others were the characters. News reading, another glamour area.
Yes, of course.
Glamour
yes. How
area.
can we forget that?
Sports journalism. Pearson Surita, Sidney Friskin, and when that gentleman with baritone voice, good evening, I'm Surajit Sen. And ready. Here is the news by Surajit Sen. And everybody. And Nilima Sanyal, his sister, read by Nilima Sanyal. Same Doordarshan had a very glamorous newsreader. We, at a young age, would start to, not the voice, but to look at her.
Yes, true.
And sports journalism, news journalism, we can't see them.
Even commentary was so beautiful. I mean, you could imagine the entire field.
That's right. And then, the massive glamour we saw for the first time, Tiger Pataudi and Jaisima.
Oh, yes.
Both of them were big star in television. They used to narrate whatever happening in the Eden Gardens or any other garden. So radio was slowly television was taking radio.
Yeah.
Like in Bengali, Ajoy Bosu for sports journalism. That's what I remember. There are of course, there are others great. Memory somehow, whatever memory serves, it remained. Like,
absolutely. There's another very interesting aspect about radio. I mean, Akun Palte Gache, it's changed Biggapon, advertisement. Then there used to be such beautiful jingles. Yeah. Now they're mainly spots that, we RJs kind of record and it's played. But between the songs, there was also another song which was in the form of an advertisement, I would say.
Yeah. Shobboshachi and Sravandhi.
Yes.
Oh my God. Everybody used to Shobboshachi's voice. What a lovely voice he had. And they too were a jodi, you know.
Yes.
Super duper hit. Like during Mahabharata, Ramayana used to put on television. Everybody will put on switch. Marjina, Abdullah is called Marjina, Boloto, and so nice, you know.
That is very, very interesting connect. With radio, small mistakes, fumbles, they're a part of the beauty of radio shows and programs because they go live. Even on in theaters, it's live. And in movies also, there's sometimes maybe an actor while taking a take, they make a mistake or there's a fumble. How do you handle that? Do you sometimes keep it? You take it, keep it as a natural flow?
You know, if fumble, it's not fumble, if certain pause, I would say, if it's integrated to the creativity, if the actor can manage that pause properly, no harm. No harm at all. Improvisation is always allowed in theater, in cinema, even in radio.
Yes.
But radio, usually I've seen, still I listen to radio through YouTube. Very, very important kind of programs are you can listen to through YouTube. Plenty, I'm telling you.
Now, this show, I'm sure a lot of keen listeners are there who want to take acting as a career. Some want to be a part of the radio world. Some want to be a theater artist. People just, I mean, it's not only because there's glamour. People are passionate about
That's
these
right.
spheres,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, what would you like to tell them? Like, how important is it to train your voice? How important is it to get your diction correct and to get your expressions right? I mean, is it the first thing to acting, radio, and theater all put together?
Let me tell you, you know, like we don't have that kind of training in the school, except one or two or three, four important schools. But even in a big school, branded school, I don't think. That's one part. Second part is parents. I'm talking about the first learning process. If your parents talk properly, and during very early days, they are corrected their so-called words, using of
Even how they
words,
throw their
then
words,
nothing
yes.
better than that.
True.
Like Shaunlu Mitra had a teacher in the house, Titya Mitra and Shomu Mitra. And when I used to call, I call occasionally Shomu Babu or Titya Mitra. They're same. They're same. Their personality and telephone, they're also same. Not a different concocted, you know, very refined voice for telephone. No, they're very natural. So that's the school, and suppose we are missing both.
Right.
What does one do? I want to. So first thing is, if no one can teach you, you learn yourself. Teachers can really give you a little bit. No one can teach you unless you want to be taught. It's yours. You listen to a recital, oh my God, if I could recite like that, why not? You come back, return to home, you start foolishly. আমি পরাণের সাথে খেলিব আজিকে মরণ খেলা নিশ্চিত বেলা দে দোল দোল দে দোল দোল why? Because I want, oh my God, so it's attacking to your soul, man. So you try to develop your voice accordingly. And take a little bit of training from there are plenty nowadays. They will teach you how to go about it. And if you have good programs in your radio, right people are there. I don't know what they are. There are one or two. I like their voice. Every ucharan is perfect. Perfect. They're well trained. They know that it's a public medium.
Responsible public medium.
Yes, it's a responsible public medium, those FM. And even nowadays, you'll find in the newspaper, different newspaper, they have, I don't know what is their name. They read Bhuter Golpo, ghost stories, thrillers, Bomkesh in a different way. All are in YouTube nowadays. But reading, I think it's, again, radio is the winner.
Yes.
Unless you have recently I was offered, why didn't you read a story? I said, I don't have a good voice. It's a very bad voice I have. Yeah, come on.
Maybe
Don't
on
give
Radio
me.
Diaries, we can have another session with you where you can read out a story to us.
Yeah, why not? It would be nice, really. I said,
Radio, I think, is just a pretty medium. As I was saying, that you want to just sit back,
that's
relax,
right,
and
yeah.
reminisce. And actually, the way you've taken us through this journey, I mean, it's so beautiful. It's like every picture is right there in front of us, and we have seen and walked through those lanes again.
Yeah, because there are memories which remain, as Abanindranath Thakur said, that the green book we have. Everybody has a green book. Someone somewhere loses it and someone keeps it. I have a green book which is there. I keep it, love it, occasionally open it up. And since you are digging me, and nobody asked me all this ever, you are asking me, that's why I'm trying to go back and trying to bring back my memories and kind of. Yes, I mean, our school, college days, even I told you in the 80s even, I was floored by effect of radio. Sound room is always for me is fascinating. Really. এখন তো nowadays, like one keyboard does everything. You remember Ananda Loke, Mangala Loke, or Digmar Okiya, Kolonkini Radha. And
everything was acoustic.
just with piano, Ananda Loke, Mangala Loke, only one.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
That is to take the decision that we will go by that. It only happened because I don't want to be sort of sound very proud about it. No. But I'm very confident that I can guide my co-artists, those with whom I work for my film. Even during my theater days, I was very sensitive about sound. Yes.
I still remember Mongola Loke, that term, exactly that word.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was singing, I was recording and I kept saying, Mongola Loke. I had this gap, Loke Rage. And you kept very patiently, twice you corrected me and you said, Radhika, Mongola Loke ek songe hobe. It should be together. I made a mistake twice or thrice, and then you had that little frown on your forehead and you said, Radhika, I am saying, I said, okay, I get it now. And then, the moment I did it and you know what you said.
Yeah,
you said,
but I'll tell you, I mean, to the listeners, it was champion of song, I'm telling you. Krantikal, the film was there, and everybody asked me, whose voice is this? I'm always for new. You remember my Mohulbani Sherin? All were there. They were not film singers. Nochiketa, Shilajit, Shubhamita, Lopamudra, Anushwa. I told them, bring them everybody here. Come on, it's a musical. Today, still I'm planning a musical. If somebody gives me chance, I'd love to do a musical.
How wonderful.
Because we haven't met that kind of musical anyway. There was a time when all songs used to be hit. Monihar. Tin Bhuvaner Pare. Hemant Mukhopadhyay was the music director. Then Sudhin Dasgupta, my favorite. And there are others, many, Sholil Chaudhary. There are many. I mean, they used to give all hits, kind of, so rare.
True.
Even in Hindi cinema. This other day, 15 days back, I was invited to talk on Gurudutt. I said, just arrange 12 to 15 songs of Gurudutt. I'll explain that. All songs are immortal. My God.
They are.
Geeta Dutt, Lata Mangeshkar, S.D. Burman, Ravi, Kakina Nietzsche, my goodness. He was a Mastan director, you know. He knew cinema. He taught everybody what should be Indian cinema. The images, Kagaj ke Phool, you know. He said that try to narrate story through images, through pictures. We need that, good dialogue and songs. Nobody taught me. And I casually used to recite Rabindranath Tagore or Jivananda Das, or because during our school days, Shakespeare was introduced very early when class 7, 8. And when you try to kind of get the rhythm of Shakespeare, I mean, very solid. One of the teachers told me that Hindi cinema is nothing but Shakespeare. I said, except cut off the poetry. I said, why? Because, you know, all kind of bloodbath, murder, everything is there, like in the cinema. Only thing is, poetry is not there.
Right.
Like, you know, in Julius Caesar, now when I say doth not butters bootless nil.
Right.
Now, you can really say it in a different way.
Yeah. True.
Today, you open up how Ossenwell says to be or not to be, that is the question. Hello, Utpal, how he said? That is the variations.
True.
In King Lear, never. How do you pronounce it?
True.
That? But Amar, I mean, sometimes I consider these great writers, they teach you. They come out of their page.
How beautiful.
I'm telling you. Even you know nothing about Shakespeare or Rabindranath, the meter, the chando as they say, the creator, the words they used,
syntax,
that force you, that say like this. Unless you are gifted like Orson Welles or Richard Burton and others. Great British, John Gielgud, for instance, in Britain. There are fabulous, great actors in British stage. Even in American stage, lovely voice.
You're giving me goosebumps, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. In Russia, great filmmaker wanted to film King Lear. He took 10 years. He started corresponding with those who did it earlier. And Peter Brook, the great Shakespearean director in 60s, inspired by a theorist, he went to Moscow. And his King Lear was acted out there.
Yeah.
And Gregory Kozintsev writes, there was no palace, royal palace. There was nothing as such, it's open stage. But your actor's voice carry everything. Can you imagine? And voice was trained in such a fashion. Huge stage, 3,000, audience count as 3,000. The way he used to talk about it, it's like he's in a palace. Resonance on the voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, as a director, which is your favorite most part of the day according to the sounds of that day part? Is it that early morning or is it a late night, afternoon, busy morning, busy evening? I know. I just don't want to put words in your mouth, but which is that most favorite day part and what are the sounds that you can relate to? And can you tell us in any one sentence that you could narrate that night or that early morning in a sentence?
I really, I was early riser before, but slowly spoiled myself. Started thinking I'm an artist. Artists are usually, go to bed when sun rises.
Yes.
So I started to consider myself as an artist. So I go to bed late. I miss morning. But I'm in a way fortunate that wherever I stayed, I always had the benefit of south and east, the sunlight and the sound.
Wow.
So early morning, there are birds.
Okay, so I'll close my eyes and I'll listen
Yes,
to this.
birds
Okay.
are screeching. And I wake up. It's kind of a wake up call, you know. I usually wake up and go to my balcony, and my tops are there, and they immediately fly away, you know, like. So that sound I enjoy. And occasionally during afternoon when everything's silent, some unknown birds fly around whom I don't know. I can't identify. This is the bird. The regular birds I know. It doesn't attract me. But occasionally one bird just, you know, it's only bird.
Yes.
But in the night, yes, about 1 hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, I listen to songs.
Okay.
There are fabulous lyricists. My goodness. I mean, like Kaife Azmi,
Of course, yes.
Hasrat Jaipuri, you know, Shahir Ludhianvi, like many, they used to write in Urdu. Shailendra, for instance. After Shailendra died, Rajkapoor felt. Shailendra used to write because others are poets. Others are poets. So when they write, sometimes not suitable for the song.
Okay, how do you distinguish
Yeah,
that? That's
because
very
you know,
interesting.
because I'll tell you, Shakil Badayani was a wonderful, wonderful poet. Okay? Now, when you write a song, it's for the it is reaching to the popular wisdom, popular appreciation. So Guru Dutt called him and told him, Shakil, Gana to bahut acha hua, but why don't you make it a little simple? Even kabhi kabhi mere dil mein khayal aata hai. The original was completely different. That is there, available. Director
So that
asked him,
simplification
yeah,
makes the
director
difference?
asked him,
Yeah.
Why don't you make it a little simpler? Let it be there. He made it simple, and it was a big hit.
Is it the same for films also? Simplification helps?
About film, yes, it helps. It helps. But you know what happens actually? Winning public mind is very difficult. Very, very difficult.
What's that one magical thing that you
Yeah,
that
that I swear.
you win awards like, I mean,
Yeah, but you know, like Rabindranath said, গেলেও বিচিত্র পথে যায় হয় নাই সর্বত্রগামী আমার কাজ. Rabindranath কবিতা. It has gone so many, but not really to everybody. I'll tell you a story. The sound designer of Mohol Bonisheri, a great man, he recently expired a year back or two. Onupta, I should remember it. Onum Mukherjee. He said you have to go to the Santali places or the tribal places to record their music, sound. So whole day, he took sound of jharna, you know, springs, flute, etc. Then I wanted to thank the local panchayat head. Believe me, she was listening. They were listening to Rabindranath Tagore, Tagore's song. And I was trying to record tribal song. And the tribal house, they were listening to Rabindranath Tagore's song. So I told Onupta how Rabindranath Tagore would have been happy and be very proud that my creation have reached in the tribal belt even.
wow.
বলে না গেলেও বিচিত্র পথে হয় না যে সর্বত্রগামী. It has got various ways, but not to all. It's very difficult.
Does even radio hold that magic of reaching beyond?
To the pop, the great people can. Shakespeare can.
Yes.
He can give his brain or creativity. He pushes that, but creates drama like anything. And during his Elizabethan period, drama is to be enacted during noon, 12. 12 o'clock, sun on top. And if you cannot entertain that Elizabethan audience, you had it. Tomato and still an eggs, they would throw at you with beer mug and all that. It's a big, big surprise. Making a commercially viable, a popular film and song, very, very difficult. My reach is where? My reach to a certain section. But that doesn't mean that I'll liquidate or compromise with my ideas. I'm also doing a very simple film. I remember, you remember also, during Mohul Buni Shareng, the key used to go to the Academy of Fine Arts.
Absolutely.
From Nandan. It reached, but that's Nandan audience. I used to feel very insecure when my films to screen in the village area. Very difficult. I'm just confessing it. It's very difficult, really. Making a Sholay is no joke.
True.
No joke. We failed miserably. Let me confess it to you, because we couldn't make that kind of film. How is it possible? It's only possible if I am encouraged. If a guide, it was supposed to be directed by whom? There are other directors. He couldn't do it. Chetan Anand, his brother, he was busy with Hakikat. Nahi chalega, hum nahi banayenge. Probably was Guru Dutt he was interested too. Then he asked his younger brother, kya direction doge kya? Chalo yaar, chalo, let's go. Because Wahidah Rahman rejected. The director was somebody different. She had some problem during early age. Raj Khoshla. Then he changed. Then he asked his elder brother Chetan Anand. Chetan was intellectual. During those days, he was a master. He made the first film which won the Palme in Cannes Film Festival. मेरा पास टाइम नहीं आया यार, तुम जाओ. The younger brother, and he became a record. Who knew?
Wow.
Who knew that it would be such a big record? Huge record. The story was from R.K. Lakshman. This is a huge intellectual man. His film, sheer Devanand, presents of Wahidah Rahman and S.D. Burman.
Yes. Beautiful.
And a good director. Kaantron se khinch ke aanchal. Can you forget that moment? I listen to it almost every alternate day. The magic of songs, And I go back to radio. Radio is not there. Through YouTube, what to do? I do that. Radio is, thank you that you're reminding me of it.
I must thank you.
Yeah.
But before we sign off, I want a message from you to our listeners and what you would like to tell them about going back in time, relaxing, because now people are pacing all the time. I think it's very important for people to go back in time and relax and reminisce.
Yeah.
Something about.
No, my only message would be that, during I have never seen Nirmal Kumar. Such brilliant voice.
Yes.
I've never seen Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay before I went to theatre. Lovely voice. Radio offers you to imagine the man, the woman, and the images. And the communication skill. It teaches you how to speak, how to read a story. So listen to radio programs whenever you can. You'll find lovely voices there. First thing you will imagine, how does that man or woman looks like? Imagine that. Like for instance, when you read literature, say Kapal Kundala, Bankim Chandra. You imagine how was Kapal Kundala? Radio offers you that.
Mm-hmm.
And some characters we don't want to see.
True.
Like Pankaj Maulik. He was such a huge talent during those days. Pankaj Maulik they were like Gyan Prakash Ghosh. Okay? Mm. They were somebody. Radio was based on them. I have never seen Pankaj Maulik. After a long time, I saw Pankaj Maulik. And radio every day, every Sunday used to take teaching music, And we used to joke, hey, come on, Pankaj Maulik again will bore us. Okay? But later on, I get to know what a talent he was. Rabindranath gave him license to give music to Dinesh Sheshe Ghumer Deshe. Ghumta Parare. So radio offers that. Radio always makes your imagination very rich. Very rich, I'm telling you. And I really thank Radhika for initiating such a wonderful program on radio itself. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. Actually, once again, I will not be able to put into words the feelings and the emotions that I'm
No.
running through at the moment. But the scribbles of the diaries will not end here while we sign off today with an autograph from the legend himself. We shall be back with more stories. And yes, as he said, there'll be some storytelling, there'll be some story reading by the legend who's sitting beside me.
Sure. I can't say no to Radhika because we're old friends. She participated in my creation. So I'm trying to look back and trying to figure out. I find no change in her, as a matter of fact.
Thank you, Dada.
Yeah,
Thank you
welcome.
so much. I
Same
couldn't
here.
thank you
Yeah,
enough.
it's okay. Thank you very much.